Alrighty guys, let's jump straight into the deck profile. I got one True Draco, the Dynamite Knuckle, by whatever the hell you want to call them, 3 Ignis, 3 Maiden, Planet Pathfinder, 2 Ash Blossoms, triple Numeron wall. Now there's a reason why I'm playing Pathfinder, because I feel like I would need to see the diagram. I'd probably play more, but you know, it is what it is with that. As far as other cards, we got the Terraforming. Obviously, you have the True Draco cards. You got the Numeron cards to be able to draw cards with the Memories of Hope. Yes, I feel like Memories of Hope is really, really nuts because if it resolves in this deck, it's damn near game. And it's really, really powerful. Obviously, you got the True Draco trap cards. Yes, you have the impermanences. The skill drain is something you can maneuver around and mess around with. I feel like the 2 Ash Blossoms and the 2 Call by the Graves, like my ratio is like, when you playtest and playtest and playtest this deck, like I don't want to keep seeing hand traps because I want the deck to be doing what it's supposed to do. And I don't want to keep seeing Called by the Grave because I don't need to lean that hard on it. I want to get into the engine. As far as stuff down there, it's just me kind of messing around with stuff. Yes, you can play Ogre. Yes, you can play Reaper. Plenty of stuff that I could talk about. Let's get into some replays though. So guys, again, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel or try to grandstand or anything. I mean, like, really, what boils down to is these guys are getting like smacked with like bad decks. And again, this ain't my fault. I've asked them for meta. They didn't want to do it. This guy didn't know what he was doing. He could have fog blooded to probably save himself from dying. Although I think he probably would have died anyway, or he just would have got beaten by advantage. You see what's in my hand. You see that he bricked. That's how fast the Zexal stuff can actually take you out. If you actually did brick, it will take you out. But you saw my hand. You saw the True Draco stuff. You saw what was going on. So the next replay, pretty much the same thing. I'm not sure what in the world this guy was doing with the mine in his hand. Some people are just terrible. But again, it's the Zexal stuff. A lot of the setup in this deck is you see the trap card. You see what I can do with it. Obviously, I blew it up. I felt like I could have probably held on to it and then popped another card and then went and got a True Draco monster. That way, when he tries to hide or hide from the setup of the Zexal, and when you try to hide from it, the trap cards are going to take away any monster that you might set to try to hide. And then by then, if you actually want to start trying to compete, that's where True Draco takes over. I mean, it is what it is with that. There's nothing I can really explain past that. Again, he's playing like PK stuff. I guess the new PK stuff is on here, so I guess that's what he was trying to do. Maybe this is meta. Maybe I just was catching him. You know, Impermanent's a tour guide, which is disgusting. Again, don't forget about Numeron Wall being able to go off on your opponent's turn. That way it doesn't get negated by something, just in case you're playing that. Now, I went for 4 because I wanted to draw 4, and obviously it's going to leave a card that's going to kind of hang out there. But Memories of Hope is absolutely stupid, and that's one of the examples of how stupid it is. And you see the advantage that I was about to partake on. Now, you saw a little bit of the conflict there. Once I drop Zexal, once like the Numeron stuff goes off, it's probably not going to happen again. That's the issue with the deck. Once your True Draco stuff starts going off, you can no longer do the Numeron stuff. So that's where the weakness in this deck is. But again, if I set up right, as you see in this, I have a trap card. I contribute. I have a Dynamite Knuckle. If he does something else, I get another trap card. I drop Maiden. I chain. I grab Maiden. You know, you see what I mean? That's what this deck can do, which is really, really interesting. Now, is it better than Guru Numeron? Probably not. Is it better than Eldritch? Hell no. Hell no, it's not. But True Draco is still really, really good. And there still are some very, very strong benefits to playing the True Draco engine. I think one of them is the avalanche that ensues. Yes, it can happen with Subterror, but it's a little bit more with beefy monsters, and those cards can help you overcome boards. Guru cannot do that. Guru cannot help you overcome a board. True Draco can, and it can do it very, very smoothly. So I highly recommend at least giving this a look. You see me dealing with Dragoon. Dragoon is a really powerful card, but it's not impossible to beat, and I feel like I would have really struggled if I was playing Guru right here. This is where I'm talking about certain matchups, certain styles, certain timing with decks. Granted, he's playing Dark Magician bull crap. It still is what it is, and eventually I'm going to finally set up to the point where he can no longer do anything. Again, that trap card is kind of weird that there can be only one. But it does enough of what it's supposed to do, which I really, really like it. So, again, I baited him with the Ash Blossom. He negated it. Once he negated it, I knew I won the game because he was going to try to like push for damage like a moron, and I guess he just didn't read Apocalypse, which I don't know. If you don't know what True Draco cards do in 2020, I don't know where in the world you've been, but you know, it is what it is with that. I think this is against an actual meta deck. This was actually Dragma. He just like opened like complete trash, and this is actually a friend of mine. But again, it's the same thing, guys. Like I dropped the Numeron stuff. Hopefully, I set up pretty well. Then I get the diagram onto the field. Then I pop the diagram. If I draw the other Numeron card that doesn't really do anything, you can just blow it up for free, get it out of your hand, and then search a trap card. And then you want to interrupt your opponent. It's very similar to the Cosmo True Draco stuff, where yeah, it's like not super duper overly consistent, but it is fluid at what it does, and it's really really powerful if it goes off. And in pretty much all these replays, you see me pretty much going off. So guys, let me know what you think about the deck profile down in the comments. This is just me messing around with stuff. Nobody's trying to reinvent the wheel here. I just feel like it was a very, very interesting version of the Numeron stuff. Anywho, I'm out, guys. YG, baby.